So, I've seen this game. I've seen Mark play it. I haven't watched him fully play it, but I've seen that he did play it. And then I also seen that Lord Minion 777 played it. And he's the reason why I know about it to begin with. Because it genuinely seems like a fun game. Like from everything that he has described it as. I think it's a puzzle game and I really enjoy puzzles. Um but it also gives me We Were Here vibes. The We Were Here series. And that was a fun series that I really, really loved. But no, I was just looking for a new game to play, and well, not a new game to play. Originally, I wanted to play What Remains of Edith Finch. But I realized I didn't own the game, and I am currently on a budget. So, I decided to scroll through the game, see what all, I could play, and saw that this was on Game Pass. And thanks to my spouse, I was told that I can play Game Pass games on the PC. So I actually can see chat up here and play the game. And, you know, probably record without too much interruption. So, this is exciting. I'm excited. I don't know anything about this game other than the small little bits that I have overheard. I know it's a puzzle game. I know there's like repeating elements to it. That's it. Like I said, gives me strong we were here too, we were here together vibes. So honestly, I say let's just get into it. I guess I should probably also make sure that my voice can be heard. Let's see, let's pop up Twitch here. Oop, excuse me. All right, testing, testing. Yep, I can be heard. Beautiful. For a moment, I thought that said raw furry. Nope, that was raw fury. My brain is tainted. Excuse me, you're gonna hear quite a few sniffles.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair,
Thank heavens
of
we
the
get
Mount
narration
Holly
here.
Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Interesting. I didn't know a 45-room house could have a 46th room. So am I on a time limit? I'm guessing so. There's like these footprints up in the corner there. Does that mean anything? What does that mean? Oh, I could sprint. Listen, I know it put me right in front of the door and basically told me to go in. Um, you always gotta explore. Always have to explore. Okay. Oh, that's how you pause. So I cannot jump. Interesting. Can I jump off the edge of the cliff? Nope. Huh. Alright. Um. Well, now how the fuck did I get up here then? Oh, I guess I probably came through here? Okay, guess I can't leave. Alright, what's over here? This looks open. This looks like I can leave through here. Ooh, campfire. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any point. This can be accessed after picking up the blueprints in the entrance hall. Interesting. I could totally brute force this. Ooh, should I brute force this? What is even over here? Like, is it worth me brute forcing? Looks like a little off-site. Maybe a garden area? It looks like an orchard. Alright, so I'm assuming those footprints up in the top are my timer. So I'm wondering if it's something where it's... Some things are open during the day, some things are open during the night. If I have up until those count down to have figured something out. And... Interesting. I'm wondering if it's like a Majora's Mask situation as well. It's a game I didn't really play either, Majora's Mask, where like once it's over, everything is kind of still in the same spot so you can work faster to get into it. Ooh. Gonna cough, gonna mute. Sorry about that. The Mount Holly Blueprints. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventures. You may access the blue. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it's going to automatically fill out for me. Select a room draft. Interesting. So I am the one making. Doors in the westerly wing are more likely to be locked. So am I making the house then? Huh. Just wanted to write a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on hunt with Lord Evasion, whose particular personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got a bit. Ooh, forgive me, I am an awful reader. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiards room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiards room. The house, I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Which is probably a good thing, because I don't know how to play darts myself. Okay, so it seems like if I choose a specific room, it will give me things. Like this one will give me a key, a diamond, and a coin. This one will give me 2 items. This one will give me a key. So I guess I'm not fully understanding the significance of each of these. So it's going to be a learning curve. Ivory die. While drafting, you may use a reroll to... Oh! Interesting. So what was it that a hallway gave me? Because I didn't see that. I guess a hallway is beneficial for extra rooms. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 footprint. When you no longer have any footprints left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay, so these aren't time limits. Interesting. So I have a gem. Try this. We'll try a storeroom. A key in another gym. Oh. Car keys. Interesting. Can I not take the hat? Reddington. No clue as to whom you are. We'll go with West Wing Hall. Interesting. I'm curious. I see. I wanted to go to the chapel, but I guess I have a better chance of finding items in here. A metal detector. Okay. Now, how does one access the metal detector? Okay. So 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. There's 1 apple. I got +2. Ooh. Let's see here. Let's do a nook. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribe down your notes and observations. A pad, scratch paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will provide to be an initial invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Is that this game actually telling me to take notes? Do I need to properly take notes? Oh, I do not have a gem. Utility closet. That would put an end to this. But this wouldn't. Oh, but it did anyways. Let me see. Ah, yes, because it would have led right back around. Okay. Interesting. So what I'm assuming is I have to make it all the way up to there. And I already failed on 2 sides, which means I have to go all the way back to the main hall. Now, if I reach a dead end there, what would happen? And I see that I can just continue to enter into rooms. Ah, see, it doesn't work like that now, where I can enter into here, because this gave me 10 footprints. But now just walking in and out of it, I lose them. Oh, yep, nope, that requires. So, seeing as I kind of already messed this up, I'm going to do a laboratory. And I seem to have failed. So what does that mean? Can I just infinitely do this? Nope. Where's the room that makes me lose footprints? I guess they all do, but one of them made me lose more. Oh, is that a lockbox? Alright, so I have car keys. So there must mean that there's a car somewhere, right? There was this tunnel down here, but I don't think there was a car. Would there be a car this way? No, I don't think so. Oh, I don't believe I checked this one out. No car in sight. I'm doing this for one reason and one reason alone. And that is, I want to have accomplished something within this first run through. And I'm curious to see if this combination changes at all. Or if it'll even allow me to unlock it without knowing the proper code. The more we get through, the more likely we are to get it on the next one. That's how math works, right? Alright, I'm giving up. I could continue to brute force, but there's no entertainment in that. I already almost made it up to 1,000, so I think that's enough for now. Alright, let's try going to bed. Do I have to call it a day here? A quaint cottage, I guess, is what I made. Alright, save and continue. So it does fully start me over. Oh. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy. I hope these rooms provide you with much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you're reading this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been more further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine prints of my will that I feel you should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found in the estate will not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I do not suspect that any of these stipulations should provide an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and do not rely on the success of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same as the rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half century, and even I uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandoned. The path..." Ooh, heavens. Let's start that over. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Okay, did I just ignore that note? And I don't have any of my previous stuff. So let's go with a den. Items for sale. Interesting. I don't have any money. Who knows? Maybe this will help me. Oh. Interesting. It is a breaker box. Huh. Interesting. Well, at least that's not too far off from the entrance here. Think. Oh, but if I were to do this one, I would only have one entrance. But if I do this one, it will mess up the main hall. So I'll at least do this one. We're going to try to do a bit better when it comes to planning here. Oh, but I don't have a gem. I can at least gain steps or parlor, which I guess gives me a puzzle piece. The gems are in a true box. This box is blue. This box is black. Huh. Interesting. A wind-up key. It was a great honor to receive the invitation to dine at your estate with old Abraham. With the old hands, my bad. This past Thursday, if I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of the game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play with confounding. Ooh, heavens, I am gosh awful at reading. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within The other two are always empty. This box is blue. This box is black. So those two seem true. Okay, so let's think about this. The gems are in a true box. But both of these are true. So that means this one is lying. So the gems aren't in a box that's true, they're in the one that's lying. There we are. Easy peasy. Alright, I will leave that door, just in case I need another way through. Ooh, that was a decently good puzzle. I enjoyed that. See now, what happens if I don't have coins to lose? I'm gonna stick with the corridor. Okay. Whew. I could do with the steps, because it seems like this is going to be the end. But I have... So is this just going to be continued whenever you enter this room again? So whenever I draft a bedroom, I will get 5 more steps. Or I could get 2 items. I'm going to give myself this extra little bit. There we are. Now, just because I didn't have the option to get anything, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be anything in here, right? The Red Prince. There was a Red Prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies, and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not red but blue. Oh, it's not a red hue. Ooh. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had, the one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red. He looked like our prince, from his toes to his head. As you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a prince and his book, the red book we just read. Interesting? Okay, so yes, I can still get items in rooms. let's see. Yep, I definitely messed up that pathway. But still one more to go. Excuse me. We'll go to the pantry. Five apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Oh, how lovely. That is locked. Oh. And I think this is the end. Or maybe not. Alright, let's check the pews, make sure I'm not missing anything. Check the altars. No. Alright. We carry on. I see, so I didn't fully mess up. I could get 4 items. Let's do that. A gem, a key, some change. What are you? Ooh, a lockpick set. Now, were those my 4 items? I'm guessing that was my 4 items. Staff notice. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Espin, the West Wing will be closed until further notice while the floor plan associated with his wing have not been removed from the pool. We ask the staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Oh, I lose a coin every time I come in there? Well, now that's no fair. This, however, interested me. A key? A silver key. Oh, I love that. And a gem. Ooh. Let me see. No, I think I will continue going this way. A shovel. Yes, I can imagine a shovel would definitely be used for digging. I found a key. Okay. Pebbles. So could I go back out to the courtyard and start digging? Pebbles? A turnip? Well, ain't that lovely? Will not use a key, the silver key this time. Ooh. Spare room, that's gonna be my best bet. I have no choice but to use the special key. Oh. Interesting. Ah, but see, I turned the power off in here. That's a cute little drawing. Another key. Oh, heavens. Oh, and that's the dead end. All right, well, I think that's it. Yep, that's my run over. Made it quite a bit further than before. I guess while I'm at it, what I could do is turn on the lights in that room. I guess I didn't fully look at these. Here we are. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a heart right there. So maybe that will have some sort of clues. Oh, I cannot read cursive. My eyes shake way too much. Well, I hope that wasn't fairly important. Oh, I guess it will force you to call it a day. A charming cottage. Sorry, just responding to a few things real quick. Alright, now, turning tail, and we are going to head back to that gate and see if there is that scratched in heart and see if that has any clues as to what the passcode is. If I can remember where the orchard is. Here it is. Oh, no, it was chopped down. How interesting. So I have an idea as to what it could be. But my question is, where would they have put that log? I'm glad that the outside does not count as multiple rooms. So, we shall start right here. Let's do a den. Parlor gives me a little bit of a puzzle to do. The gems are in the middle box. The box in the middle is the middle box. Yes. This box is the middle box. Okay. So I'm assuming the rules of the game remain the same. So this one is telling the truth. This box is the middle box, so no. It is this box that has the gems in it. There we are. Ooh. And if I don't have any gems to lose? This at the very least allows me to continue forward, which is nice. If I don't have any gems to lose, I don't lose any gems. I guess that's simple enough. Alright, alright. We continue forward. We continue forward. May not be glorious, may not be glamorous, but we'll get the keys. Oh, but this would be the card, wouldn't it? Now let's see here. Where are those keys? Oh, heavens. I was told there would be keys in here. Oh. Where are the keys? I am not leaving this room until I find these keys. Ah, there they are. Does that not open? Alright, I'll have to remember that. Okay, continuing forward. We will do corridor. Okay, well, I just got a message saying that we are going to have to get going here soon. So, a magnifying glass. Interesting. I do believe, however, I'm going to have to save and call it for now. But if I get back, we will see if I can play a little bit more, because this is fairly interesting. So, those of you who missed this, keep your eyes peeled, because I will be back. Alrighty? I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye!